Welcome back to 3-Minute Theology. Last week I preached the funeral sermon for my wife's grandfather. Funerals should always powerfully remind us that the Christian understanding of death is, or should be, far different than the rest of the world's. I don't think we preach enough sermons on this, and I don't think we sing enough songs about it, but there are a few excellent songs about death. And one that I think should be played at every Christian funeral is "It Is Not Death to Die," originally written in French by Henri Abraham César Milan, a Protestant preacher from Geneva in the 1800s. It's 5 simple but profound verses. First, it is not death to die, to leave this weary road, and join the saints who dwell on high, who found their home with God. This life is a journey. It's a long and difficult and tiresome journey, and dying is the end of that journey. And for the Christian, it's entry into our heavenly home. And it is so much better for us to be at home than on the road. The second verse, it is not death to close the eyes long dimmed by tears, and wake with joy before the throne, delivered from our fears. Our life in this world is beset with tragedy and sorrow and fear. There's so much that is wrong in this world, so much that we should weep over. But in eternity, before the throne of God, every tear shall be wiped from our eyes. Everything will be made right, and there will never be any cause to cry ever again. The third verse, it is not death to bear the wrench that sets us free from dungeon chains, to breathe the air of boundless liberty. We were born captive to sin, and even after we're set free from sin by the work of Christ, it still dwells in our members. It's through dying that we are fully delivered from sin, that we might live in the liberty of righteousness. We are free from sinning because of the blessing of dying. Fourth verse, it is not death to fling aside this earthly dust and rise with strong and noble wing to live among the just. This life is a humble and even humiliating existence. We are dust. We are made of dust, and our earthly bodies return to dust. We are such weak and helpless and even wretched things. But through Christ we are made strong and noble, and we enter into glory, not just to see the glory of God, but to share in that glory. And then the fifth verse, Jesus, thou Prince of life, thy chosen cannot die. Like thee they conquer in the strife, to reign with thee on high. Jesus is the Prince of life. He has life in himself. He gives life to whomever he wills, to all those who are in him. And just as Jesus died and rose, so will his chosen conquer death through dying, rising to reign with Christ forever. Whether you're facing the death of a loved one or pondering the fact of your own mortality, please remember that in Christ it is not death to die. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep on, and God bless.